All right, I am recording, I think. Yep, I'm recording. Maxwell asked me to record, so I'm going to look at this one more time on the daily to explain what we were seeing. I'm going to turn off these MAs. All right. I am looking at gold on a higher time frame. If you zoom out and look at the overall picture, we were in a sell, a correction, a continuation, a correction. And it looks like recently we've been in a sell, continuation, and all this buying has been part of the correction. We haven't seen an aggressive move to the upside like we did here just yet. So even though we see a push up in the overall big picture, we can look for sell opportunities. So if we look down at the lower time frame, I have been selling this. From here, we had our first sell, our correction, continuation, correction, continuation, correction. And now we've had another continuation. It corrected a little bit deeper as it usually does on the last pushes. And I am looking for a retest of this area. If it breaks through that area, then I'll go to my higher time frame. This is my 4-hour trend line. I mark these off as areas of support and resistance. So if it breaks through this one, it can hit my trend line on my 4-hour. If it breaks through my 4-hour, we can get a retest of this on the daily trend line. That doesn't look like much, but that is a big move. This is my daily trend line, okay? And this is my 4-hour trend line. And so from here, the 4-hour was 300 pips. If we get it down to the daily, we could get an overall 550 pip drop. Now, let's see what the Fibonacci says on the higher time frame. Am I not clicking that place on my mouse? Where's my Fibonacci? Not working. Sorry, I'm lazy laying in the bed trading. And my Fibonacci is not working. Let me reset my chart. I might have worn my computer out. All right, somebody tried to zoom in and read on the screen. Let me turn off annotations.
No. I'm sorry. It was me, Gigi.
That's no problem. All right, so if we look at this, where did we pull back? Right to our 61.8 area. See, if this were a downtrend and this were a correction, we've rejected off our 61.8 area, and we could see it come back down and test this 38, and that would go hand in hand with our daily trend line. Right here at the 50 is our 4-hour trend line. So this just wanted to show you how you put all those numbers hand in hand, work your way up and down a chart. So when you're wondering where to look for take profits, that's how I look for take profits on the overall time frame and how I determine how far I think it's going to correct. Did all of that make sense? Anybody got any questions on that?
No.
Anybody confused about any of that? I try to explain it to where everybody can understand it no matter how long you've been trading. Any of the newer people confused? Does that make sense, what I just did? No. Just mute everybody because of that noise, but you can unmute yourself when you get ready to talk. All right. All right, let's take a look. Say that again.
Where's a good spot to learn Fibonacci, just like the basics? Because it's still kind of complicated for me to, I don't know, I just don't get it.
Who's talking?
Connie.
Hey, Connie.
Hey.
Who are you in here with? And I'm going to tell you where you can find some training.
I don't know if she's still in here, but Esther.
Okay.
I don't know.
I have a training. I think Esther might have it where we covered the Fibonacci because I
Okay.
know Kathleen had it, and I think Esther was with Kathleen.
Okay, I'll double
Yes,
check with
I
her.
have it.
All
I
right.
have it.
All right. Thank you, Kathleen. Because I know Miss Esther's your friend, so you guys have it.
Yes,
Thank you.
yes.
And Fibonacci, all you do is you can use it on any time frame. You use it from your swing high to your swing low. So even though I used it on a higher time frame, if I wanted to use it here, from my recent swing high to my recent swing low, you can see it's rejecting off the 23. And you see how each level acted as support and resistance. Right here, your 38 was perfect support and resistance. And your 23 through here was perfect support and resistance. And here from your 0 to your 23 was acting as support here, and then it became resistance, and it keeps rejecting off that area. So even if I came in and deleted my lines to get them out of the way, you can see without my lines there how perfectly that's moving. Let me clean this up. I think that right there. All right. You see how it uses these levels as support and resistance. That's all it is. Fibonacci is just a measuring tool or a retracement tool. Okay, put my line back.
Thanks.
All right. So that's why I am selling gold and was selling gold, because on the overall picture, we were in a corrective move of a downtrend. All right, USD JPY. All right, looking USD JPY on a weekly, it's in a buy. You had a push to the upside and a big flag correction. Then when it came back and retested previous demand zone, it broke out. And even though we're getting ready to sell it, if you look at your weekly, you had an impulse and you're just getting a correction here. So it's moving correctively on the higher time frame. So we're expecting to see it push down here, and then anytime y'all see me having trouble with trend lines, it's because I'm laying in bed and not using my mouse. I'm being lazy. So we could see it sell off here and then go back to the upside. Now my brother, he's on here. He's the expert on UJ, and he said these are his sweet spots. These are the prices where he always trades it. He's been trading it for months, like since last year. This is where he's made most of his money. I was on this pair, trading it off the higher time frame. He held one trade for 4 months. He bought it. I think he bought at the bottom and held it all the way to the top, and he stacked it. And that doesn't look like much, but we are on a weekly time frame. So this buy, if you had caught it from the bottom of this channel, was 871 pips. Okay, and you could stack along the way. So now that we know what it's doing on the higher time frame, we are in this channel. We can go down to our daily, and you see at the daily we had bought at the bottom of the channel. Now at the top, it sold off. It corrected on this Fibonacci here, and we can start looking for our sell continuation if it rejects off this. The Fibonacci is just awesome. Look at that, where it's making its flag. If it sells off here and sells to the bottom of this on the daily, it's 175 pips, 170 pips that we could catch on the sell. Now, if you see the pairs moving and consolidating like they are now, it's because we have a lot of news this week. Anytime there's news on a pair, it goes into heavy consolidation for a day or two before the news hits. We're breaking it down to the 4-hour channel, 4-hour time frame. You see it's trading in this channel. We're looking for a rejection to come down to here. If it breaks this, then back to the previous level where we had the flash crash, which is right down here. And if we get that, which would push us to the bottom of the channel, that would be a 500 pip overall drop, which if you look at the higher time frame, would just put us right here. So if we're getting the move and this big up corrective flag, even though we are in a buy overall, because this is our aggressive impulsive move and this is our correction, we can sell it as part of the correction and our ABCD move. And then from here, buy it back to the upside. And if we're lucky, it will break this and go up from the bottom, which would give us about, let's see, 1,800 pips in the long term. But let's see, we got that right here. So if you think that's like impossible, look right here. We got 1,800 pips, well, 2,200 pips, 2169. Here you got 1,800 pips in 3 months. So that's like 600 pips a month just off one pair. And that's not even buying and selling the corrections along the way. So that's what we're expecting it to do. Okay, we had our impulse, we're getting our correction. It can sell off to the bottom here. And when it takes off again, if we're lucky, or like Clint says, if God loves us, we can buy from the bottom. If you want to be a real swing trader, there you go. 2,000 pip move. All right. And that sounds like a lot to you guys, but you look at the chart, it's done it. It did it here. It did it here. Here, when we finally got the breakout from the bottom of this channel, we got 1,700 pips in 35 days, guys. How many of you could take 1,700 pips in a month off one trade? So whenever it gets to the bottom, we're going to buy, because we want to catch 1,700 pips in a month on one pair, right? And stack it along the way. Okay, so this happened on November 7th, 2016. So let's go to our 4-hour time frame, see if it'll let me go back that far. What year was that?
2016.
2016.
Let's see if it'll let us go back that far on this time frame. It might not. Yep, look at that. Okay, there it is, right before your eyes, guys. And there it is again. It happened fast. And that's how you know that's the overall move, is because it moved aggressively to the upside.
How many days was that?
35. If you look at your ruler, it'll tell you from here. The first move was 665 pips in 5 days and 12 hours.
Oh,
Can y'all handle that?
yes.
Yes.
Take that.
And that's what you call an impulse. Then you had 1,700 pips in 36 days. So this is, I don't even like UJ, but I'm gonna like it when it gets to the bottom of that channel.
Sounds like money to me.
Ching a ching a ching.
Mm-hmm.
So what else did we look at?
Before you leave that,
Hmm?
before you leave there, where are you going to be? If you're going to get in that UJ, when would you be?
Right now, I'm looking to sell it, so I would start looking on my lower time frame. And it's already rejecting a little bit. The way it's moving, it could come up and retest. You start. Here's where you start looking at your MACD. Okay. And let's see what the Rincos are saying. The Rincos, you're getting consolidation right here. So this has been in a buy. You have not had an aggressive push from the downside, from the upside. So since it has not been aggressive, my money is just going to retest and then drop. You don't see any aggressive. This is corrective. This is what's called a corrective move. This is an aggressive move. So let's look at the last time we had a big drop. From this area right here was December 31st. So let's go to the 15-minute and let's go to December 31st. And see how she moved. Okay. It moved slow and then crashed. Oh, that was that flash crash. Woo, I remember that. Everybody was like, what is going on? So let's see how this was acting when it first started falling. I really need to get my butt up and go grab my mouse, but I'm just lazy. This had been consolidating so long, and the longer the consolidation, the harder the fall. So let's see, we want to pinpoint this area here. This is what started the downfall. It's just getting on my nerves tonight. Whenever there's a lot of consolidation, it's hard to do anything with this stuff. It's not letting me do what I normally do. Okay, reset. I was trying to go back and see how it fell the last time it fell. But you see the aggressive move here off the trend line? And I've noticed that TradingView's been glitching a lot lately. There we go. So I've noticed when you zoom now, you cannot do what I want to do. So we're just going to have to go look at it. Whenever you're looking for entries, you look on your lower time frame at price action, and you also look at your volume indicators, which is like the MACD. Somebody having a moment up there? But you see how it was consolidating, and it gave us our little bullish flags here, and you had your correction to the upside here, you cross over, and when it crossed over on that MACD, you had your drop. So you were having little flag correction, impulse correction, continuation. It pulled way back, and when it pulled back into here and crossed over, we got our drop. So now I am waiting to see it pull up and then give me my drop. That has not been this was the only aggressive move. So, and if we look right before that last drop, it did the same thing. It gave us a bearish engulfing, a little flag, continuation, and then it started consolidating a lot. Then the next thing you know, we had a big drop. So it's doing the same thing it did the last time before it dropped. Ooh, gold drop. Ooh, I'm in profit. Hold up. I traded this live last night and caught it from up here. No, I just caught it from here. Oh, yeah. I've been waiting for her to break out of this all day. So I just sold from the top here again. I sold from here last night, from here again. So if it breaks this, I'm going to be happy. Anybody in the gold sell? Because I went on Facebook Live last night and traded this and got in. I was like, I'm not going to bed till I get in this trade. I got in and I woke up very happy. USD Mexican Angel. Yes. I'm mad because I called this. Let me tell you guys, you want to talk about somebody mad at themselves? Let me show you something. We did a Friday night Forex and chill, and I told everybody this was going to sell. And guess who didn't sell it? Do you know how many pips do you know what this would have paid me? This is an exotic pair. And I left that there to remind myself. 17242 in 28 days. Okay. And I told everybody to sell it. And I didn't sell it. Look at this. I left this on here from that Friday night Forex and chill. And I hadn't even thought about it again. And the other day, somebody was like, will you look at USD Mexican? I'm like, okay. And at first, I got it on the 4 hour. I'm like, oh, yeah, it's getting ready to go into a buy. And then I scroll back, and I'm like, wait a minute. Oh, my God, I told everybody to sell this, and I didn't even freaking sell it. Because y'all know when I'm telling people to sell something, I put these things on here. So I was, like, really, really pissed at myself. I left a lot of money on the table. and look at all the entries you had, all the times you could have gotten in. You had an impulse, flag, continuation, an expanded flag, and flag. I mean, all that money. All of us could have taken a month off of trading. Now you're getting the same thing going to the upside. So if you want to buy it, you can look for an entry point. Whenever it crosses over your zero is when this flag will be finishing up.
How long did that drop take, Gigi?
Oh, it didn't take long. I mean, that thing paid better than USD, JPY, or any of them. It's like, I'm having serious problems with my mouse. I guess I've worn it out by always constantly. It's not letting me. Do I have it locked on auto?
Sometimes it happens when the markets are closed. I always think associated with that. I don't know.
That Telegram's been acting bougie lately.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm mad that I missed that trade. So it's breaking out of this channel. So it's an overall buy. I wonder why I can't move this. It's got me mad. I wonder if I have it locked some kind of way. Do I have it locked? I don't know what I've done. Knowing me, I've locked it. But if you see that, we had our impulse, flag, continuation, correction, continuation, correction, continuation, correction. So now we will look for our continuation. It's getting ready to break off here. Once it breaks out of there, then you can buy it up to here. And that is from zone to zone, 1737. So about 1700. So shoot, I might be buying this. Let me check my ring code. 1 hour, template, 950. Oh yeah, I got my cross. Yep, it's a good buy. All right, template. After the correction, it would be a good buy. If you trade this, don't go crazy with your lot sizes because it is an exotic. Oh, woo boy, look at her shooting up. Let me put a small lot size on this. Excuse me while I trade. All right, I made a small trade because it pays well. I went in small. All right, and you can at least get it up to here. And if it stays in this channel, take your profit and buy it again from the bottom. Okay, so that's how you trade this pair. We're gonna put this up here. So that would be your first take profit. And if it breaks out of this channel, then we would look to take profit at our next one. Okay. But because this is the first push up, it could get to this one, reject, and pull down a little bit deeper and then shoot up. But that's your first take profit, and that is, doesn't look like a lot, but with this pair it is. It moves fast and furious. It's like 200 pips. All right, let me read the chat. Robbie Joe's watching a basketball game. That's why he's yelling for the Tar Heels. Robbie Joe, you usually trade 0.20, do like a 0.05. You got the money for it. You got a big boy account. You can handle it. That's baby pips to you. That's a baby lot size. All right. Did that make sense to everybody why we're buying that? You had in it. If you look at the overall structure, it's in a demand zone, which is a buyer zone. And see, again, this wasn't extremely aggressive till it got here. So it could get here, sell off one more time before it breaks real hard to the upside, but you don't want to miss. And if you can hold it, hold it. This pair moves really good. You see the way it moved the last time? See what I'm telling you? It pushed up hard, corrected hard, pushed up hard, corrected hard again, but then it took off. So you're getting in from the ground. It would have been better to get in here, but it's okay. And if you, these zones, guys, they're not like magic or guesswork. Look at this, right where we are right now. Okay, that's why I say when we get there, we could see it sell off. And I'm not concerned about the sell. I'm just going to go for the buy. But you don't over leverage because this is a very volatile pair. Okay. And like again, right here, it's not magic. If you pull it left, it lines up perfectly right there. Would be another good zone. All right. Your USD is getting to the bottom of a zone, and we should see a reversal to the upside maybe Wednesday when they come out with the ECB report. I can already tell you what it's going to do.
What did you say about the templates, Gigi?
If you can create your own templates and just save them up here and name them what you want. There's already some built in. Just make your own.
Like, what do you mean? Making your own template.
Hold on one second. This,
Okay.
you can see it come down and retest this. It's not going to fall too aggressively. We have news on Wednesday. This is another one. Take off these. Been selling it from up here. So if this breaks through here, it's going to come down to here. Then we'll see it. We could see our push to the upside because this is a demand zone. We do have news Wednesday. I have my news turned off, but if you want to see, I helped someone set up their news tonight. Go to settings, go to time zones. Make sure you have the correct time zone so you will know when the market opens, when it's doing what. See, like I'm Eastern time, so I have mine set to New York. So you'll have the correct time on your candles and your news. If you want to turn on your news, you would go right here and show economic events. Click that. And right here, it's got your news turned on. All right. So right here, we have news on this pair whenever you see these at the bottom. Or you can always go to forexfactory.com. But some people like having them on. I don't want the event breaks. All right, so that's how you turn your news on and off.
How do I save each, like the Euro USD, just as that was one chart, and then so I come back to a normal markups are still there?
Be logged in.
I am logged in, and it still takes them out.
Mine doesn't ever go out.
But if you put it in the far right corner where the little,
You're talking about the watch
yeah,
list.
right there, you can save them there.
I don't ever save
Oh,
mine because I'm logged in. It just mine automatically save, and if I go to somebody else's computer and log in, it's there.
Yeah, that's why I saved mine.
So yeah, this is making a corrective flag right here. So we could at least see it break and come down to here, which is only 13 pips. So I wouldn't chase that trade. I wouldn't chase 13 pips. But if it breaks through there and goes down to the next level, like if you wanted to be on the safe side, if it pushes up to here and you see price movement itself from the top, but from here down to the bottom is only like 50 pips. I don't chase 50 pips because it could reverse at any time. It's too close to this zone for me to get in for about 10 or 20 pips. So I'm expecting a possible reversal here on Wednesday with news, or it could happen like tomorrow. We have news, red flag news on the dollar. If the dollar goes up, then Euro USD is going to go down. If the dollar goes down, then you could see your move to the upside. But anytime you have news coming up, you will see a lot of consolidation. Okay. I'm trying to get rid of this little mark. All right. What do y'all want to look at next?
Odd USD.
I must have marked that up on a higher time frame. If it breaks that, I'm looking for the sell. Oh, let's see what it's doing. Goodness. I think I've worn out the mouse on my. It's crossing over to the downside with our correction here on Rincos, 1 hour. If this crosses on the Rincos on the 1 hour, then we have a downtrend. But you had a downtrend, a correction, looks like to about the 70s. Let's see.
On the MACD, it looked like it's getting ready to go through the
To the downside, yeah.
this here.
You're getting lower highs and lower lows. So it could at least come down to the trend line. Oh yeah, it's already broke.
That's what I think. I felt like it just came to retest and it may be falling.
Yeah, when I drew it up Sunday, I drew it up to break and go to the downside. And it looks like that's what it's doing. I hadn't looked at it since I marked it up Sunday. That was my markup right there. That if it broke this, that it would test. And because of the way it was moving, it wasn't moving aggressive. That we could see it break down. If you look left, that's the same area it broke down before.
I think that's
Right in there. So there's news coming on this tomorrow. That's why it's consolidating. So we're going to see them all move tomorrow with news. That'll start our week off really good.
okay.
So it's impulse. It's like a long flag. Oh, we had our Batman. Batman starting.
Oh, yeah, I see it.
Oh, look at Batman. Come on.
Head and shoulders.
Where's Grant? Is Grant on here? I need Grant to draw because I know I can't draw.
Head and shoulders.
I need my mouse to do this correctly.
They need to have a Batman outline like they have a Head and Shoulders.
His cape is starting to form. And we saw that on last time we saw Batman.
Partner.
And look, oh, it did exactly what I drew. Come on, Batman, give us that sale. Batman flapping that cape.
I was just gonna say that looks like what you did last time. It is you did last time.
I added this here this week. Added this. When were you here, Lisa? And we added this.
Sunday.
So yeah, I did this Sunday.
Yesterday.
So I added all this on. Come on, Batman.
I remember when you drew that, Gigi.
Yeah. The Batman, he's got this cape that he's left behind. Who can draw?
Do not even ask me. I wish I could draw. I would like to draw.
I was like, he's getting ready to flap his cape. Come on down.
Oh my goodness, yes, somebody please help her out.
Yeah, I'm laying in bed drawing with one finger. Okay. I'm being like extremely lazy right now. I tell people I can play the piano, I can sing, and I can write books. Okay, I don't have to know how to draw.
There you go.
That's not the gift that God gave me. God did not give me that gift.
Gifted in many ways.
God gave me the gift of music and singing, playing the piano. And he's like, girl, you can do enough. I ain't gonna let you be able to draw too. I can't even draw stick people. It's like, it eludes me completely.
That is okay. You trade like a beast, and I'm sure you sing very beautifully. That's all you need.
All right, so yeah, I'm expecting. Thank you, ma'am. I expect this to come down here. Check my trades.
Okay.
I'm loving gold right now. I like you, gold. You're my friend. Not diamonds, our girl's best friend, but gold is girl's best friend.
Oh,
Go. Oh, I love you too, Angel.
That's my Angel giving you love.
Yeah, Angel's my boy. I adopted him.
I remember when you first adopted him, like about some months ago.
Yeah.
I'm glad he's still hanging in there, and I'm sure he is doing a lot better.
I hope so. Andrew, you still on or are you at work? Let's see what's on tonight.
I've noticed that on a lot of pound pairs, they're just like consolidating and it's like waiting to do something.
Waiting for that news. Yeah, it's waiting for that news.
It is, they all just sitting there, just perched, really waiting.
That's when the market makers like to do their thing during news. It gives them an excuse.
Mm-hmm.
Like this broke out of our structure and gave us an expanding flag. So this right here, oh, that'll be a nice drop.
Mm-hmm. That will.
They could pull it back up into here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
Let's see. Let me see something real quick.
I've noticed a lot of trading lessons are not just like within trading, it's just like little life lessons. You can apply it to trading.
You better know it.
Mm-hmm.
So that could pull it all the way into that 23, and which would be that zone. So you can just see it. It's going to consolidate until news. Let's see. We have news tomorrow. Canada has orange folder, so that'll move it. The forecast is 0.9. The previous was a 0.1, which means CAD would go up and this pair would go down. If that holds true, it'll drop tomorrow. If we get good news on CAD, this will drop. And that's a beautiful flag, and that means it'll drop hard because it's pulling up so high. So yeah, we could get a good 100 pips easy out of that. And the reason I'm more confident on this is because of the structure it's making. All right, Mr. Earl said Euro NZD. Look at this right here. Yeah, you had impulse, correction, continuation, correction. Continuation, you're just having a big correction on this. So that would be.
Yeah. Is it typically that the markets just move? Like, do you typically wait for the markets to move when news come out? Is that what you typically do, Dropsy?
No, if I know that this is going to sell like this, the way this was moving, I would have sold from the top. These ones, I don't normally sell from the top until I see something like on a confirmation on my MACD or something. Because this could pull all the way up into here to this previous. We can draw us a little. What's the number one rule? Always look left.
Left. Look left.
Always look left.
Yeah.
So
I learned that such a long time ago, and it's so funny how far we come in our trading. And then when people ask, "What do you mean when you say look left?" It's almost like I can laugh at that now. But I remember when I was like, "What does that mean?"
This is the only market where the past predicts the future.
You're so silly.
Yeah, it does. The past predicts the future.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So yeah,
Nice
we can see it push up there and drop.
100%.
And then if it stops there on the 4 hour, gosh, on the 4 hour, if it breaks that and we get it all the way back down to here, we are looking at 330 pips. Look, let me sound like you use car salesman. How many people could use 330 pips? How would 330 pips change your life? So yeah. All right, Euro NZD. It's basically doing the same thing, except it's making a sideways flag. And the news on it, orange folder news, Eurozone survey, and right here, New Zealand news tomorrow.
Really?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
The forecast, they don't have the forecast yet. We want New Zealand news to be good to see a drop.
I'm in USD,
So
it appears that all the euros are going to be dropping. They're going to be dropping very, very hard. But it's going to be one hell of a correction.
So let's see what this zone is right here. You see your more aggressive moves looking like they're coming down. Let's see. If you sell from the top, you'll get 30 pips. If it starts pulling up, get out, sell again from the top. But this right here was actually a bullish move. You had an impulse, correction, continuation. This is just all part of a correction off of this last move to the upside. It's actually starting to create a squeeze that looks like it could go to the upside. Well, we'll see. If it does go to the upside, let's see what the wrinkles are saying. See, we were getting lower highs, but now like right here where it is, it's sitting right there at the previous high. It looks like it's making an M right here. So this one, and it's pushing to the upside some here. We'll see. Template 950. It looks like the sell is trying to take over here. We'll see. When this blue is on the upside, it's in a buy, and it's trying to push the blue to the upside. So this one, I'm gonna wait and see what the structure says closer to the news, and see what these it's too soon to tell for me on that one. This looks like a bullish flag pattern that could break out to the upside, but with news it could do whatever it wants to do. We had a very strong sell. Even though we had a bullish push up, this was an extremely strong sell zone. Okay, so because of this candle, I wouldn't be surprised if it dropped back down to here. With this one, I'm hoping it drops. All right, let's see. Oh my
Thank
gold.
you.
Taco is consolidating. All right, anybody else got any questions? Anything y'all are looking at? Anything about like tomorrow night? I wanted to work specifically on entries and like stop losses and take profits. But tonight I was working with somebody and I was on a Zoom, so I was like, I might as well just let everybody jump on because I'm not doing anything, because my life consists of eat, sleep, trade.
Hey, when I saw that you dropped, I didn't see that you dropped it in the room until like 30 minutes later, but that's what I was doing. Exactly what you're doing now was what I've been doing. So I'm like, okay, thank you, Gwen. Can we look at some indexes? Can you look at Euro index?
Which one are you looking at, US 30 or?
No, I don't mean you indexes. I meant to say
The currency unit.
Currency
Which one are you looking at?
Euro WCU. That's what you taught me. Oh, Scott wants to look at US 30.
I'm just expecting it to drop to that bottom zone, back down to that bottom. 4 hour. Down to here. So that's why I'm hoping that Euro NZD will drop with it. Like, you got a flag forming right here. If you switch to Hakanashi on these, like Grant was showing us the other night, you'll get a smoother look for these on any time frame. So we'll look at it on the 15-minute. Yeah, just waiting for it to break to the downside. No, it's still in a downtrend, and until it shows us different, it's in a. And if they give a good speech tomorrow, we'll get a push to the upside, but it should bottom out before they
Oh, you think you'll hit that bottom before the news on Wednesday?
Yeah. Oh yeah, we got all day tomorrow. London session, it'll probably bottom out and then consolidate and give us a reversal.
I noticed on the 4 hour there was actually a big old gap in price. It opened
USD 30 will correct and then go up. probably about 8 o'clock in the morning, 8:30. So we could see something like, oh, look at all that consolidation.
Mhm.
So what we want to see is this will not let me do my dragging tonight. Is anybody else having any problems with? Ugh. We want to see that.
Did you make sure it's not on percentage under the
It's
settings?
not. Yeah, it's on auto.
Okay.
Not.
Yeah. I've been having that trouble with it being on percentage for some reason.
See, I did a reset earlier. Settings. I don't know what it's doing, but I know it's been getting on my nerves lately. So yeah, it's just consolidating, getting ready to shoot to the upside. So, and the longer it consolidates, the harder it's going to break up. Yeah, we're just getting our correction. So buy low. You see your correction, your MACD is coming down into here. And when it bounces off, that'll be your signal to buy.
What's the difference between those two MACDs?
One is wave traders and one is what's this thing we're using, TradingView?
UMAX just popped up.
You see right here when it bounced off here, it pushed up. Like you had your push up, your correction. And when it crossed, this is called your zero crossover. You said USD Mexican, what'd you do? Set an alert?
It popped up.
Okay. Yeah, the market's really slow this time of night. It'll start moving during London session. US Mexican might be closer to New York session before it moves. But my gold, I'm loving gold right now. That's my trade of the week. I always have my one trade of the week. Mine has been gold. I'm trying to trade more like Terrell, get like 2 really good trades and go all in on those trades. And everything else to just be like a little 50, 100 pip move there. But like I'm trying to find my big trades that are going to larger lot size and hold it long term. And gold was the one for this week. You know how I say get your high probability trades and let those be your primary focus. Yeah, this is just trading sideways, waiting for the next break to the upside. Yeah.
Actually, for new people, it's hard to keep up with more than one pair, you know?
That's why you take the best ones. It's just like when you go to the grocery store and you pick over fruit. If you need 10 apples, you're not just going to grab 10 random apples. You're going to like pick the best ones. Like if you were trying to make an apple pie, you want the best apples in there. You're not just going to grab the first 10 apples that pop up. So I'm not going to trade every pair. I'm actually in profit on USD Mexican. Maybe it'll start taking off.
Yep.
I wish I had got a better entry, but because I feel like it's going to go up. You're welcome, Scott. So, yeah. Wait for a zero crossover to the upside. Like here, it crossed up, but your signal lines didn't actually cross up. Here you see your zero crossover with your MACD plus your trend lines crossed over. I mean, yeah, your EMAs. And that's when you got your takeoff. And when that happened right here's where both happened. You had your zero crossover, plus your lines went to the upside. It made a move for 671 pips. Okay.
That's what I'm talking about.
So that's why I use the MACD to confirm. We don't depend on this stuff. We use it for confirmation. So if it breaks, let's look left and see what we want it to break next. We want it to break this. Stop right there. So. I'm looking on the 5 minute, it's retesting that already. But yeah, and you see you had your little impulse, flag, correction, 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 continuation to the downside. So that's trading. If you look at your lower time frame, you can see your little area here that it's trading up to, and your flag, and right here. And go back to 5 minute. And that's our little zone for our flag. And look, it just broke down below it.
Yep.
So that's why I'm not buying it until it finishes making its correction. I'm not looking for the sell. This is to be expected. But when it breaks out, it's going to break out. You don't have anything to suggest a downside. You had an impulse, and this is just all a big correction. All right. So let me see something here.
Volume.
Yep. Let's let it finish doing what it's going to do. And then I'll finally give you your breakout. Good grief. This is not, I don't know what, did I accidentally turn the magnet on or something? My computer's just doing what it wants to tonight, I swear. It's just like not doing anything I want it to do. Now you could get some more downside. It could give you a deeper correction down to your trend line, but the deeper it pulls back, the better entry you're going to get for the upside. So just let it pull back.
Okay, I appreciate that.
Oh, you're welcome.
I've been staring at it for about 3 days.
And it's not really doing anything. It's just consolidating.
Yeah.
So you can go to the 4 hour, draw your trend line to the upside, and let it correct. All right, anybody else want to look at anything before we jump off? Got any questions about anything?
Everything looks so easy when you're doing it, Gigi. When I go to do it on my own, it just becomes Greek.
I've seen a couple people use those volume indicators. I hadn't looked at them yet, but I've seen some people that use them. And yeah, volume controls the market. That's what the MACD is, a volume indicator. I like having it at the bottom. And you can turn on, you can go to indicators and look at the different volume indicators and find the one that works with your eyes. Like right here. You got that one down there you can use. But yeah, you can just play around with volume indicators and choose the one that makes sense to you. Net volume, like people create their own, and you can try them out. You can click here and it will describe it and tell you more about it. Oh, go Mexico. Running for the border. Yee. Come on, Taco. Hey, my Lumbees understand that. Yee. That's a Native American mating call where we're from. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, you click on that and it will describe them. You can try the different ones. Shut up.
I ain't said a word. I ain't said a word.
You know what? In Afghanistan, I used to be walking and out here. Yee. Shut up.
How you know it was me?
Yeah, I know you. I know your voice.
Hey, Derek.
Yo.
You always acting
Hey,
up.
on the way. On the way.
Hey, you already know the call, right?
Hey, y'all, this is being recorded. Wait, this is Forex After Dark, right?
Oh, my bad.
You gonna put this one on YouTube. I just had 2 new subscribers. Yay! Yeah, man, we can't put this on YouTube. Forex After Dark. And then here's a different volume indicator. You can look at different ones and see if you like them. Like this is showing, looks like a bullish market. The green to the upside. So yeah, you can read about them, try them out. Volume indicators just let you know who's taking control, the buyers or the sellers. And of course, we know that people who run the market do not look at trend lines, do not look at charts. Who got in that gold sale? Talk to me. Who's making this money? Lord have mercy.
I know I'm making it. That's one of my favorite
Girl,
pairs.
you were sitting here with me when I sold it. If you weren't, we were gonna have a long talk.
Oh my goodness, Gigi, look at your MXN, Gigi.
Hey, GG, on EJ. Check it.
Yeah, I see. I just wanted to profit on myself from the top on that too. You know, it's been fluctuating the last few days. It's been getting on my nerves. I got a freaking swap fee. Yeah. Oh, come on. Go, EJ. That's my EJ. Go, EJ.
Crack. EJ Crack. EJ Crack.
Oh, Suki.
Been waiting on that one.
Look, you have to be above the age of 40 to understand all Suki.
Okay.
All right. Don't y'all tell people how I act in real life. I have to be so professional on Forex and show on Friday nights. And here you draw your trend line. Because I'm recording, putting it on my YouTube, so I have to be like really nice. Only y'all know how sweet I really am. See what?
You think it's gonna bring it down to that zone?
Let's see what this what's your volume indicator saying, Josh? Look at your volume and let me know what
on Euro US or Euro JPY.
Mm-hmm.
Let me take a look here.
The wrinkles are turning red. Look on the hour and turn on the 9 and the 50. See if we got a crossover. This is how I got my entry.
No, it's dropping.
Good. Yay! I'm up. I'm blue on gold, Mexican, and EJ.
Oh, I can't even get Mexican.
Girl, you need to switch brokers.
I know. You keep saying that.
Hey, y'all, when choosing a broker, look at the spreads. I would rather pay commission than have a high spread. If you have a low spread, you go into profit quicker, which means you can move up your stop loss quicker in case the trade reverses. If you want to compare spreads, open up a couple of demos with each broker and you can see. And the best time to check it, I guess, would be around London market, 4 o'clock in the morning to see what the current spreads are.
EJ and GJ both are dropping, as well as UJ, CAD, JPY, all 4.
Come on, Ian.
All of them doing the same.
You know, Wave Trader said today to expect the JPY pairs to drop.
Wave Trader, what you say?
Wave Trader today said he expected the JPY pairs to drop. When I say we're waiting for an aggressive move, this is what we want to see. Blood red. Drop, baby. Drop it like it's hot. Come on, we're going to play us a song for I'm staring because y'all ignore this. All right, this is going to be our song for tonight. Just for about 2 or 3 minutes. We're gonna tell these pairs to drop it like it's hot, right? I know, right? My granddaughter's 2 and she knows how to hit that skip pad. Come on. Hey. Drop it like it's hot. Come on. I love Snoop Dogg. I would marry his ugly butt. He's just fun.
Oh my.
He's fun. I want to go to the club and dance with him. Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. Hey. Drop it like it's hot. That's gonna be us.
Hey. You know it.
All right.
Hey.
We got to get that drop going on.
So with that big old handle on yen, do you think that that's just like a quick fake out, or that they're about to start doing something?
This right here.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what the flag's looking like. Well, it rejected off the top, and it hadn't made it back. Let me switch my templates.
The Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Oh yeah, it broke through my 35. Whoop whoop, that's good. That's a 35 smooth moving average. It broke through that, and
Oh, it's going down. Look at
oh
it.
yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Man, blue was never my favorite color until I started trading Forex. Hey, Derek, you might have to abandon that red, that roll tide red.
No,
No,
hey.
roll tide, roll tide.
Roll tide, brother.
You know how to get them all started.
Yeah, roll tide.
Roll tide.
Not Josh too. Whoop.
Yeah, baby, roll
Got
tide.
some elephants in the house.
Yeah, they got rolled.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that was a setup. You know that, right?
Uh-oh.
Yeah, right.
I'm in.
All right. SB Mexican.
I would wait for a little pullback on UJ before
On
I enter.
DJ, yeah, because it's at a important.
Hold on.
If we wouldn't have been on here, I'd have caught that. I'm sitting here monitoring these yen pairs like crazy.
Let's see. You can go to your 5 minute.
On the 15-minute, you can see it.
Woo! Look at that on
5 minutes. Oh, good God.
It committed suicide. It just jumped off the building.
It jumped off the building.
Yep.
Wow, that's beautiful.
God, it threw a nice M too. So this is just what it's supposed to be doing.
Yep. All right. When it pulls back, see on the 1 minute, you can enter off the 1 minute. Look at that.
Yeah,
I can't tell nobody my trade secrets. I'm a 1 minute. Somebody asked me earlier, why are you on the 1 minute,
girl?
Entries. Are you scalping? No. Entries. Look at this. If you were looking at the 1 minute, look at that break. Look at that.
The heat wave. Oh yeah, the yen is real strong right now compared to the dollar on the.
Man, y'all will have me running out and get some shrimp fried rice.
I had that tonight.
Give me some shrimp, some chicken and shrimp.
I had some shrimp fried rice tonight for supper.
I had some shrimp and fish.
So if you got in early.
Oh my gosh, the yen just got real hot.
If you got in early, it's about 13 pips, which is a lot, especially just let it pull back. If you want to look for an entry, watch the 1 minute and the Renko. And the Renko, the MACD. I got to. My trading view doesn't like me. I paid for a whole year. They better tighten up.
Oh, they wait till you pay to start acting up.
Yeah. See, it's pulling back after the pullback on the 1 minute.
Yeah.
Nice. Something that used to be bad. I think it's gonna pull back until, let me look to the left.
Like I said,
One,
whatever happens on one happens on the other. Okay. Y'all remember the other day when I sent that video about the 68? I showed that video when all those pairs dropped, and it was on the 58. I mean on the 1 minute, and I did the Fibonacci, and they corrected up to the 618 and then continued.
Oh, I think I did. Wow.
So I'll be looking at the 1 minute. That's one of my, y'all see my sniper entries?
Wow. I know. Even this, and you know, I would not even think, okay, retracement tool is a retracement tool no matter what period. And I would not even sit here and I would put it on a 1 minute.
Now look at what it's doing on your 23.
Now you can get ready.
So it pulled back 4 pips. Let's see.
I hear somebody going in. Was that you, Gwen?
No, I'm already in it like Bennett.
I just went in.
My gold is paying. My gold is like, girlfriend, we got it going on. My taco's about to give me enough money to get the sour cream, extra sour cream. So I'm an EJ taco and gold, so I'm not opening anything else. So for those of y'all watching this,
somebody got some crazy background noise.
it's a TV show. It's like a TV show.
The EJ or UJ?
This is UJ. So let it finish making its correction on the 1 minute. See, y'all can start selling from the top of his hair. And you have a good entry.
Might be making a quart of wood.
So even if you got in now and you had to set a stop loss, you could still have a 15 pip or less stop loss to catch. Robbie Joe, are you still on here? Or right now? Because I know he likes to trade this pair. Let me see if he's still on here. To catch
go ahead.
15 pips for 150 pips. Who wants it?
I do.
All right, we can ride this down for 150 pips.
You said 150?
If you look at your 4 hour,
there you go.
The right here is 150 pips.
108.767. Oh, you have 108, 101. I have 108.
I have 108 even right there. All right. So if y'all aren't in, you can get in.
There she goes.
That's his UJ, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. I can't wait to start my live account.
Let me check my gold.
107 is the future.
What happened to my? I'm
You use a different broker.
15-minute candle just formed on UJ. EJ, GJ, and CADJ all dropping.
I don't know what you know. They had the Japanese news today, the yen news. They're meeting their economic calendar for the year.
I've got a basket set up with those 4 pairs. They all dropping.
All righty then. Let's see. Oh, I'm still on the 1 minute. I was like, where's my setup? Okay. Yep. A good sell. UJ hasn't crossed over yet, but once she does, we're home free. Oh, it's crossed over on the candles. That's a good sign. But I use the Rincos for a definite. So if y'all saw earlier, I was watching some more training on Rincos. Lindor trained me on Rincos like last year, but I hadn't upgraded, so I couldn't get it on the lower time frame. So I hadn't really fooled with it much. But now that I upgraded, I'm using them a lot. Oh, Grant didn't get on. Let me see where Grant. Grant, are you not on here tonight? I guess not. Which Grant's been sick. He sounds like you do, Josh.
I don't know why I'm coughing all of a sudden. It just started happening.
What's the weather like where you are? I know some of my friends in Nashville had snow and ice.
It's cold, but it's not like that bad.
Are you allergic to money, Josh?
He's allergic to pips.
No. It's 35 degrees. 33. No, that's the last thing I'm allergic to.
I want to be so allergic to them that I break out in dollars.
Cotton dollars.
I want to break out in dollars. Man, who would have ever thought? Let me see. I can stop recording now. I'm going to pause.